Hello everybody, welcome back to my hard mode playthrough. Once again, picking up exactly where we left off on the previous episode. We're in Island Lake, which is a new map to this series. We came here for the first time in the last episode. Or maybe the one before. And are opening up upgrades and now watchtowers on the way through to try and get. And on this episode we're basically pushing on and doing more of the same to get to the southwest watchtower. This task, signal in the mountains, 40. It's only 40 XP. This is going to be an easy one. I wanted to make sure I grabbed it as I explained in the previous episode. Yeah, because it's in the direction of where we're going for this watchtower anyway. We're not doing too bad for fuel. There is a fuel stop there. I'm not going to come back to it. There's a fuel carrier there. I'm going to basically push on into here. I just noticed that looks like another scout fuel trailer, so that'll be handy anyway. I think that's what that is. I'm going to push onto here, grab this watchtower, and then probably loop around and do this broken antenna at the same time. It's not much XP, but it's better than nothing. And grab that scout trailer and see what we want to do with that one. If it's not for a mission, then we'll keep it and take it on to our next objective. It looks so far we've found a large semi-trailer fuel carrier, a scout trailer that we moved a little bit but it's here, a fuel carrier up in this rocky area, and then it looks to me like another scout fuel carrier here. So that's 4 trailers all on the south side of this map, which is an interesting way for it to be arranged, but very convenient for us. So we're going to push on down the road, get to the next watchtower, try and get stuff done. And that trailer that we've just slightly bashed into, what did that have on it? Metal beams. So, again, can't pull it with this trailer, but when we come in with a bigger truck, I'm assuming that a lot of these things that we're finding on trailers will be needed for some of the local missions. So that's another trail up into the mountains, but I don't think we need to go that way. And I don't much like the look of it. I took a bit of a break between finishing the previous episode and starting this one, but I am recording it on the same day as the previous episode, so I've done it again as per last Friday. Basically I'm going to record 3 hours in the afternoon, but at least this time I had the hopefully common sense to do it as 3 separate hours rather than putting it all in one and having a editing nightmare to get it to make any kind of a coherent episode. So this is 3 separate recordings that I've done. Taking a detour down this track because I want to confirm that is a scout trailer, and I also want to see while I'm here if there's any tasks related to this little camp. Yeah, that's a fuel trailer. That's cool, that's handy. So I don't see any task starting here, but it may be we need to deliver something here, I'm not sure. Oh, lights. Oh, we bashed in both of our headlights then. We must have hit a tree or something. I hadn't noticed that before. So we are in need of garage services to have that fixed. Although it does seem to still have fairly good illumination. It's a bit strange, but we're having that trailer. We're going to just pull it out to the road a bit. We may just drag it with us as long as we're going, because there's enough trailers on the south side of the map. We don't need it here, so we may just drag it with us until we reach a trail where it becomes inconvenient to have a trailer on. Yeah, let's do that. Let's just take it with us. And then, so drilling site that way, but we're not going to go there. Now that's another watchtower that may be quite easy. We're going to stick to plan, get this watchtower before going on to whatever's in the middle there. Because we'll start hitting down bridges and things, and they're probably more around the middle of the map in the swampy stuff. But straight away I can see that's probably a down bridge. So we're going to turn left and just follow this trail. And I don't think I've seen a single bit of tarmac yet on this map. I'm still quite pumped that we got the engageable diff lock for the White Western Star on the last episode. That was a good find. That would have been high on my list of things that I would like to find. So it's good that we got that one. Pretty much by accident. Stumbled across it. But that's why it's so important to scout the maps. And even though we haven't done many main tasks on either of the other two maps, I personally feel that scouting and unlocking the upgrades is as important to us. I wonder if we needed to come up there to get to this watchtower. I'm going to carry on this road a little bit and see if there's anything that cuts left to go up into this hill. But it might be that we should have come off. There's another tunnel there. That's probably the one to Drummond. This has got to be it, isn't it? Right, fuel's okay. It's on the map. Yeah, this has got to be the route up. It's at least got to be the route up to that broken antenna. But it's also maybe we just yeah. Maybe we could dive through the trees to get to it, but it looks like there's trails to it anyway, so let's not. Although the map scale can be a little bit deceiving, sometimes a thing looks like it may be, say, half a mile equivalent distance, and then you turn a corner and there it is. So I think the scale is a little bit deceiving on the map sometimes. But there's no point picking our way through trees if there's a better route. I think it's probably the trailer that's stuck on stuff. What does this look like? If in doubt, make sure you're near some trees, because it really does make it pretty trivial to get across most obstacles. Yep. Turn the diff lock off. Otherwise we get ourselves stuck with a broken diff, which I've done in the real world when I was a reckless youngster. So we're closing in on the mission, but I'm not seeing any other trails up until that watchtower. So maybe we should have gone off-road and tried to find it, but we can always double back. No problem pulling this trailer so far. Obviously it will be affecting our fuel economy, dragging it around, but haven't found anywhere I want to leave it. And if anything, I wouldn't mind taking it into Drummond maybe, so that I know there's fuel just inside. That's an antenna task complete, and then it looks like it's going to give us another task to fix it. So we had to find it, and then now we got to fix it. And to fix it, they need a cargo container. Okay, no idea at the moment where to get that from. Possibly. No. Anyway, well, I'm sure we'll find out. So that is that a dead end, or is that? Oh, there's a little track that might be a bit hairy with a trailer on, but it takes us to the. Suddenly, I'm regretting bringing the trailer up here, but anyway, it takes us to the watchtower. So let's continue on this path. How is my fuel at the moment? 18 litres. I'm going to take some fuel out of the trailer anyway. so that I'm not running out of fuel in the truck. In a tight navigation area. Right, so there's nothing to winch to, you can see that. So I will back her up a little bit and pick a more sensible route that doesn't involve driving right over the top of huge boulders. We're in low ratio. Bit of handbrake to control my descent. Not a bad idea to steer while I'm doing it. There we go, we're good. You can certainly feel the weight of the trailer as it was coming down that descent and pushing the vehicle forward before I'd reacted with steering and brakes fast enough. I don't think trailers take damage. I've never observed it. I don't know whether they just get repaired when you go back to a certain type of depot, but I don't think they take damage. It seems as though they just... You can't take them in the garage to repair them anyway. And when you do a repair from this vehicle, it wouldn't have an option to repair a trailer. I've never seen a trailer like burst a wheel or anything like that, so I guess the damage is restricted to your vehicles. You still need to be careful, and they haven't bothered implementing trailer damage. Handbrake neutral, and you know the story. Enjoy the cutscene. Right, now, so we're going to come... I'll notice there's another track out, so we're going to back up a little bit so we can turn left, come out here, and I think we should dip our nose into Drummond to open the map up so we can see it, but probably come straight back and continue this map, because there's another 4 watchtowers to do across the top. 5 watchtowers to do across the north of the map. And I don't think that watchtower that we've just done exposed any upgrades. So, back her up, turn left, and back out again. Low ratio, so we can hit a dip if we need it. Fairly steep descent. I can just about make out at the top middle of the screen the next watchtower on this map, but I am going to dive into Drummond and have a look. So, Pacific. That vehicle that was just on the loading screen for this zone, that Pacific is a truck that we can own when we finish this zone, or when we find that truck. And I do happen to know that it's right there, because I did get it in my previous playthrough. But there's going to be bridges that are out that stop us getting to it. So it's not a case of just driving across and tagging it and getting it now. We'd have some work to do in this map to do it. There's a watchtower very close here. That's the gateway to Smithville that we uncovered in a couple of episodes ago. This isn't such a big map as the previous one. There's only the 4 watchtowers. But I think it's quite intricate in terms of fixing bridges. But while I'm here, it would be silly not to grab that watchtower. So what I'm going to do is detach the trailer, grab some fuel from it anyway so that I'm full. And then I'm going to head to the watchtower, which is here. Here. There's a trailer there, which we may as well... I don't think you get XP for trailers. You do for the early trailers, like the first couple, but we may as well just grab that watchtower. It would be silly not to. And then we'll pick up the trailer at the fuel bowser and go back. Oh, there's a task here. Let's grab it with the trailer. Or at least discovery of the trailer. Supporting local rangers. That sounds like a really good idea. Because they do some good work for us. Supporting local rangers. What do the rangers need? They want 2 wooden planks delivering over here, which is going to be a broken bridge. Now, unfortunately, we're in a scout and we can't move those wooden planks with this scout. Well, we can probably move the trailer, but we can't connect it and go and deliver it. Right, watchtower. Let's get the watchtower. Burning fuel here while I'm looking at the map. I've got a bit slack on my handbrake and engine off discipline that I had in the first couple of episodes. I don't know whether that's because I've just got enough money or whether I'm just distracted by all the other things I've got to think about when I'm learning to create content. But I do need to remind myself to do that more often. Because this vehicle, sat idle, is burning 1.4 litres per minute at the moment, and that's probably because it's got 4-wheel driving activated, but that's 4-wheel driving is quite often on with this vehicle. A ship on its side there. Engine off. Enjoy the cutscene. And the seagulls. Right, what did that show us? So there's an upgrade very close. I don't know what it is, but we're going to go and get that. There's a logging station. Tourist attraction. some lost delivery, so there's going to be some items to pick up. What's this trailer got on it? Nothing by the look of it. You can pick up wooden planks here. I almost wish that we had a scout cargo trailer, because we could help the rangers and probably shoot across and get that. I don't know, I can't remember if it needs repairing, but I'd love to go and get that Pacific. Right, upgrade. Let it be a good one. Let it be, what do we want? I am going to say I would wish for that to be raised suspension for the White Western Star. I think that would be my first choice, because that gives me 2 usable big trucks. What we got then? Come on, what are you? Ah, off-road. Oh, off-road, not for this truck. Ah, okay, so that's the other thing that we wanted. Oh, the off-road gearbox for our Fleet Star and for our White Western. And for our Transstar, which we haven't dragged out the swamp yet. Interesting. Off-road gearbox, that's quite a nice one to have found. So I'm just going to look on the global map, because in Island Lake, where did we see? There's a trailer store here. Okay. I just slightly tempted to get a scout flatbed that I could do a couple of delivery missions in this map. Because it's quite a trek to get one of our delivery trucks down here to this side of this map. But I really want that Pacific. So there's an alternative route here before the bridges. You know what? I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna push east on this map. So we'll grab our fuel bowser. I'm going to push east on this map and see if it's possible with this scout to get to that Pacific. And if it is, at least then I'll know whether I need to bring the repair add-on to activate it, or whether it's one that's just usable straight away without having to repair it. Because it might even be worth me paying the recovery fee if it's one that I can just jump in the cab. There's no garage on this map, so I assume that recovery would take me to Smithville as the most recent garage that I've been in. I don't know how it works if you recover on a map that doesn't have a garage. It might not even let you recover on a map that doesn't have a garage. I'm sure it does in normal mode, because I would have noticed if I could only recover on maps that had garages. I would have noticed that. So where did I leave the fuel bowser? Around here to the right, surely. Oh, there it is. Yeah, okay, so I went a different route back to the one that I went out on. So my route is going to be through the logging station, a little bit of off-piste to get up onto this road rather than go driving all the way around. Come here and then probably at that point leave the fuel Bowser and head off and see if I can get around that piece of side road. So back her up. I know it's a muddy, messy road because I've just come through it, but let's keep going. Plenty of trees. Another example where auto winch doesn't give you the best choice. Only just got the diff turned off then before it did some damage. Started getting quite dark red. So that's a loading zone for logs. That's a loading zone for planks. I guess that's a loading zone, it may be unloading. Handy trailer, which at least I know that if I come here to do deliveries in a truck, I don't need to bring trailers with me because there's a couple trailers. Couple 5 slots in the previous map and already two slots in this map. I just wish I had a scout. I wouldn't be dragging fuel with me if I did, but if I had a scout flatbed, I could do some things in this map probably. Keeping an eye out for tree stumps. This type of terrain has got, or usually got tree stumps. Yeah, there's one right ahead. Handy to winch off of, but also handy to know where it is so you don't bash your sump on it. It'd be amazing if we can get that Pacific. So the Pacific, right all the way back to Black River, there's a couple of tasks where you have to drag some heavy cargo. There's the big fuel tank at the gas station. You have to take it over to the factory or warehouse, whichever it is. I forget exactly which one it is, but one of those you have to drag the fuel tank to, and then you have to bring a really big cargo back And I really would like to do that with the Pacific, and it's one of the reasons we moved out of Black River, is that we were getting to the point that to progress some of the regional stuff, I just wanted a bigger truck. The Fleet Star is quite capable, but it's not as big as it feels a bit uncomfortable dragging such heavy stuff with it. And I knew the Pacific was here, so you know I already had the spoiler in my head because I'd already been here on my previous save. So what's this? Oh, this is just supporting the local rangers. So what I'm going to do, it's not a great position. Let's just move this fuel trailer. And then I'm going to disconnect it and leave it here somewhere. And then go off without, I'll grab some fuel out of it and then go off without it. I want to put it up on the bank. I don't want to leave it on the road. It does not want to turn, but there you go, that'll do. That'll do. Perfect. Attach and fill myself up from it. Still got 770 litres, which is really nice. So just double check on the map. Yeah, so it does look like I can get past this bridge via that other route, although it's a bit wet and soggy, so we'll see. Nice little island with what looks like a boathouse of some sort. Right, so there's no trees coming across here. There are a few logs and stumps and things, so we should be alright, but I'm going to drop this into low. Dip lock on. And crawl across. Winch off the side. Well, I'll probably just pull that tree over, to be honest, but it just helps me get a little bit of movement. We still haven't leveled since episode 10, so that is a bit shocking, really, that I haven't put any real thought into XP to get better tyres. But by unlocking the maps and unlocking upgrades and making our trucks more robust and more capable, when we do go back to doing those regional missions, they'll fly by a lot faster than if we try to struggle doing it with slightly under equipped vehicles. I think that's my logic anyway. This Pacific, when we get it, I hope it's this episode, but when we get this Pacific, that will make some of the regional stuff on the other two maps a lot easier, especially the big logging contracts that I know we have to do. The evening's drawing in, the lighting's going very dusky. That's a fuel trailer. I just spotted a fuel trailer in the distance. If we get past this detour, we'll have fuel on the other side. What's occurring here? Yeah, definitely a fuel trailer there, so that's good. It's funny, there's quite a lot of fuel available in Drummond and Island Lake, but none in the dam until we brought some. Here we go. Right, hopefully there's no more down bridges between us and that Pacific. Oh, that's a fuel station, not just a trailer. But of course we're going to take fuel out of the trailer instead. We haven't used any fuel out of the roof yet. I bet we've got to deliver that trailer somewhere. But we'll drain its fuel first a bit. Right. So from here, turn around. We're now the other side of the bridge that the Rangers want us to fix. We've got a watchtower. We'll grab that. And then see what's involved in getting to that Pacific. But it's possible there's a bridge down somewhere, but we'll have a look. Don't think so. Ooh, that was costly. I didn't see that. I just reversed. How many repair points did that do? Oh, I've actually lost a tyre and my suspension. Oh no. So, I can do the tyre easily. I can't fully do the suspension because I've only got 50 points on me. So I'm operational suspension. My gas tank's got a big dent as well. Hope that's not leaking fuel. Oh, that's a costly mistake. That might cost us getting a vehicle. Not happy with that. Not seeing anything down here. No resupply that I can see at the moment. Oh no, that's... yeah. This far away from a garage or resupply zone, that's a costly mistake. I just didn't see, in this lighting, I didn't see that concrete thing that I reversed onto. The state of the back of the truck. This poor Chevy's beaten up. I know that a fuel tank that's at 0 just leaks. I don't know whether they start leaking progressively as they get close to 0. I could probably tell if I stopped. 1.4 per minute, turn the engine off. With the engine off, it doesn't look like it's... well, yeah. I don't know whether that number just means that it's not using fuel in the engine or whether it's not losing it out of the tank. So, don't know. Right, what's the best way to get to this watchtower? Straight up that ridge, I reckon. Without going over big rocks. Right. More bridges. This is a zone of many bridges, from what I remember. Cutscene. In the dusk, nice autumnal leaves again. And then... okay, so that's a bridges. Sideboard trailer with, I think that's a concrete slab symbol. but we want to go, and it doesn't look like there's any more down bridges between us and our obstacle, our target. So we're going to come roughly down here and see if we can get across that. There is a bridge here by the look of it, but our objective is tag whatever that quest is anyway, but our objective is to come in here and get to this and see whether it needs repairs, because it might be I have to drag a repair trailer or a fuel trailer or something to it. I knew that was going to happen. Let's just make sure we don't tip over. It's okay, we're pointing more or less straight up. I honestly think it's going to be safer to just go down there than it is to try and line myself up on the bridge, because there's too much chance I'll roll off the bridge. That bridge was just doing some glitchy stuff while I was driving past it. I'm excited. I think we're going to get to the Pacific. Let's tag this quest and see. Yeah, that's a concrete slab. Let's see what this task requires. I bet it requires deliver a concrete slab somewhere. Only 100 XP. Start tracking. Map. Bridges. Oh, 2 wooden planks for another. So that's a. Okay, so that's another bridge that we haven't otherwise found. So that's good to have. So there's quite a lot of wooden planks needed in the south of this map, which makes sense because there's a sawmill right there to supply them. I don't know what that concrete's for though. We'll find something that needs it. So we've got no visible lights at all, but it is illuminating the front of me. So I guess they've done it so that you maintain lighting to some extent, even if you've bashed the front of your truck to the point there's no lights left. Come on then, let's see what we got. It's a bit muddy. You're seeing me get washed out to sea now. I've said it before, and I will say it again. Bravo to whichever developer did the water aesthetic for this, because that looks amazing. It's not very often that I've seen water in a game that looks that natural and real. We're nearly there. I'm excited. Look at that beauty. Shame we're arriving in the dark, but everything we do that's interesting seems to be in the dark. Look at that. Let's turn my lights to it. Look at that beauty. That's a beast, isn't it? I know this vehicle is quite limited on the Doesn't look broken, does it? Limited on the add-ons that it can have. So let's just see if we can just, so it's got fuel. I can see that straight away. But I need to move a bit closer to it maybe. Did it come up as a discovery? Engine off. Change into the Pacific. And it is not damaged by the look of it. 100% everything. And it's got a full tank of fuel. Oh, what a find. Because you know what that means. Although we haven't got any saddle on it, that means we can probably fix these bridges if it can get past the muddy detour. So spec wise, it's got a diff lock, but it doesn't have all-wheel drive. I don't know if it gets all-wheel drive, to be honest. Some don't. Some vehicles don't. But it's got decent tyres on it. So I am slightly tempted. If I wanted to recover it, it would cost me 8,000, and that would take it to Smithfield Dam. I can afford it, but I'm not going to. Before I recover it, I might end up doing that, but before I recover it, I'm going to see if I can do any bridges on this map with it. Decent set of lights. Let's check out the cab view. God, that's a good old-fashioned analog beast. None of your fancy digital stuff on this truck. You beauty. That's made my day. The fact that we got that with the Scout and didn't have to do lots of repairs and things. I probably should be pulling the Scout out with me. So the diff block is always on, but there's no. It says AWD not installed. So maybe it does get AWD. I probably don't know. It certainly coped with coming out of there. That was quite a muddy bit of river that we just went through, and it coped with that no problem. So I'll just make sure I know where I'm going. Around here. Not sure what's down there, but we're not going to get distracted. We're going to see if it's possible to get this through that side path, because if it is, I can go and grab the trailers and grab some wood and come and fix this broken bridge. What's its fuel consumption like? 3, not too bad. It's got a fairly decent sized fuel tank on it, 300 litres. I'm kind of itching. I bet I'll end up paying the 8,000, but then I would have to drive it back. But I'm kind of itching to see what the customization options are. And of course I can't do that unless I take it to a garage. And if I were to drive to a garage, that's quite a long trek. If I'd have been living at the end of that track with a vehicle like this as part of my arsenal, I think I'd have probably put a bit more work into this bridge than this has done. That's quite a rickety bridge for a big old truck like this to be coming over. It's fine. What could possibly go wrong? So although it hasn't got all-wheel drive, it doesn't seem to be struggling at all. Oh, careful. So it's got quite a nose on it, and it's got quite a low bumper. So I think that's what caught the terrain there. So I need to learn to be careful with it. Oh, this is beautiful. Listen to that engine. I love that throaty roar. Beautiful. Right. I'm not going to bother putting fuel in it right now. I know I've got the Scout trailer on the other side anyway. This is basically a bit. Let's see if we can get it through this track that we brought the Scout in. So this is reversing the Scout's trail. See if we can get it out through that without getting it stuck. Bearing in mind it has no all-wheel drive. It doesn't care about all-wheel drive. Look at it. It just laughs at your muddy puddle. I'm smiling so much now. I love this truck. So I basically on my previous save, my campaign mode save, I'm pretty sure that I gave up on the save and switched to this hard mode playthrough just about at the time I got this truck, or found it and got it. So I think I probably found this, recovered it, and didn't really do much with it because that's about the time I was this Drummond Island. I had completed most of everything else in the other maps by the time I got to come into Drummond Island. So this is a fairly new truck to me. Stick it into low. Just complaining a little bit there, but so one thing it's gonna struggle with, without having all-wheel drive, is if it gets bellied. I don't know if that's what's happened there, but there we go. It's moving. There we go. So it struggled a little bit to get through that. It's actually got a high range as well, for whatever gearbox this has got on it. Yeah, if it gets bellied, and therefore some of the wheels are off the ground, the diff lock won't help too much, because it won't have the traction for it. But so I haven't got a loading crane, obviously, so if I need to load cargo, I'll have to pay the loading fee. This is causing my recording to be a bit longer than I had intended, but I'd rather find something to cut out in the middle than cut short the use of this at the end of the episode, because I love this truck. Have I mentioned that before? Come on, Sawmill, wake up, you got work to do. Right, there is another trailer that's got 2 sets of planks already on it, but in the interest of time I'm going to grab this trailer because I hope it can tow a trailer. I know not all can. I don't see why it wouldn't be able to. Can't really do logging if it can't tow a trailer. Attach, yes. So now we will Did I come out of the box a bit? There we go. So wooden planks onto the trailer. I'm going to pay the 150 plus 150, so that's 2 lots of wooden planks. I paid the 300 to load them. And then now we're going to go back to get that bridge operational. While I'm doing that. So that's the one that wants wooden planks. What's the island bridge one then? That's not one of these. No. Yeah, so both of these need wooden planks. So we'll have to do 2 trips, but I won't do 2 trips. I just want to get that one bridge done, so that this vehicle's done at delivery. Might be able to open up all of the bridges on this map using this vehicle while it's down here. This thing feels like a beast. So I tried to put it into high then, it obviously wasn't ready. Cargo. Why is it not giving... Oh, hang on a minute. Don't tell me the delivery point. Oh, there is another delivery point on this side. So this is the task giver for this side of the bridge. But there is also a delivery point down here. I can tell you one thing that's not happening. Is that I'm not going to be reversing this trailer out with a stupid dolly on it. Kind of don't mind trying to reverse the articulated trailers, but not these dolly ones. Why is that not giving me a brake? Saved some fuel. So supporting local ranges. Start tracking. And I am in the right place. So why is that not giving me a cargo unload option? Trailer is attached. There we go. Weird. Doesn't normally have to be active, I don't think. Right, brilliant. 1000 XP. Sorry, $1,000, 100 XP. Kind of wish it was the other way around, but beggars can't be choosers. We've now got an operational bridge. We'll go forward, turn around, ready to go back. But like I say, I'm not trying to reverse this back. Doesn't have a great turning circle. Certainly not when it's going uphill like that. Maybe the wheels didn't have a lot of steering purchase, but... So the fuel station is ahead. And then right. That's a convenient place to turn around. So I think in terms of add-ons, this truck can only take a high saddle and logging equipment, I think. So yeah, it's a bit limited in what it can do, but that just means it'll be a logging specialist or a high saddle specialist for me. I'm not going to refuel, I'm just coming through so it's a convenient place to park up. Love it. Absolutely love it. So pleased to have found that and managed to get it unlocked. Okay, thank you very much. This is overrun slightly. I'll see if there's anything I can cut out to keep it under the hour. But otherwise, we'll see. And I will see you on the next one. Thank you.